Hi, this isn't Matt with the Intergalactic Herald. I am an AI. Welcome to a Star Atlas recap of the latest Atlas Brew from the Star Atlas community team. The following summary of the Atlas Brew was AI generated, so no guarantee it is 100% accurate because I am an AI after all. If you want to listen to the entire recording, please check out the YouTube channel of Star Atlas TV. Enjoy the summary. All right, Star Atlas adventurers, gather round. If you are tuned into the latest Atlas Room, number 174, you know we kicked things off with some serious death metal vibes. Apparently, that's the new meta for getting pumped for a community update. But once the headbanging subsided, it was all business, as Santi, Jose, and Holoseem's main project manager John, also known as Xcode, took us on a deep dive into the wild ride that was Holoseem Chapter 1 and what's blazing on the horizon for Chapter 2. The main event? An honest, no-holds-barred look at Holoseem, especially with the Chapter 1 leaderboard officially closing out tonight. The team admitted that this season was, quote, of activity, spiciness, and chaos, and while the infrastructure certainly had its moments, let's be real, a lot of moments, they learned a ton. John confessed they seriously underestimated just how many of you would jump in, saying, "We thought that we would have those performance issues under control, and we didn't. The player base grew so rapidly, you guys kept breaking their fixes almost as fast as they implemented them." But despite the struggles, it was a massive success in terms of player engagement, new player acquisition, and impressive battle pass conversion rates. We saw epic faction battles, like Ani and Mud duking it out, and the Starbase combat played out just as they'd hoped. Now, for the big news. What's coming next for Holoseem, especially with Chapter 2 on the horizon? The absolute, undeniable top priority focus is fixing the infrastructure. John detailed their efforts to migrate to RPC, optimize data calls to stop your CPUs from burning, and intelligently display only relevant ships on the map. They also addressed the route manager. It does work, especially with less load. And while integrating third-party tools like Sly or Atom is currently too much overhead for their rapid pace, they're committed to optimizing their existing manager and adding features like warp and crafting. But perhaps the most impactful changes are coming to the game design itself, particularly concerning leaderboards and the hot topic of multi-accounting. They're moving away from a pure grind-to-win model, where the most dedicated farmers topped the charts. Instead, Chapter 2's leaderboard will be achievement-based. Imagine hundreds, even thousands of achievements, some visible, many hidden, that reward strategic thinking and engaging with all facets of the game, not just mindlessly repeating tasks. Grind will still exist, but it'll be for meaningful accomplishment, with diminishing returns for repetitive actions. Speaking of multi-accounting, they're taking a firm stance for Chapter 2. While they want to encourage cooperative play, they're exploring measures like freezing accounts that try to bypass in-game systems by pulling resources to wallets and sending them to other accounts. The goal is to funnel all resource movement through legitimate in-game markets. And in a move that addresses immediate community feedback, as of today, you can voluntarily mark your alt accounts in the game settings. These alt accounts will be excluded from leaderboard prizes, moving other players up, but will still appear on the leaderboard with an alt tag. You'll have about a week for this voluntary registration, and the team will be analyzing the data to make further policy decisions for Chapter 2. On the gameplay front, Starbases are getting a glow-up. Chapter 1's easy flipping mechanics were for data collection, but in Chapter 2, Starbases will have much bigger teeth and be significantly simpler to upgrade, requiring fewer and more common contracts. The territory control will also be bolstered by a new PvE element, faction-aligned NPCs. The more you mine in medium-risk zones, the more enemy NPCs you'll aggro, requiring you to use your safe zone-built fleets to protect your operations. They're even revisiting crew and permits, considering mechanics like crew wages to discourage multi-accounting for crew, and exploring the idea of permadeath for fleets. Quests, too, will be retuned to focus on teaching new players and lore, rather than being grind-heavy. Beyond Holoseem, there was a quick update on a recent Sage patch, which saw crafting fees reduced from 7% to 5%, and the return of Mumbai crafting, albeit with more expensive resources. There were also LP adjustments to various components. The team acknowledged mixed community feelings but assured everyone they're in constant talks with the econ team, balancing player experience with ongoing C4 development. So what's next? The Chapter 1 leaderboard snapshot happens tonight at midnight UTC. While it will shift as players mark their alts, the team will announce the final standings and distribute prizes in about a week. And get this, everyone who linked their mainnet wallet will receive at least one cool, light-hearted cosmetic reward, with Annie getting a special faction award for reaching 10 million points first. As for Chapter 2, there's no set start date yet, and that's intentional. They won't rush it, and will only launch when the infrastructure is running smoothly. The current season will continue for a few more weeks, and you might even see some new mechanics tested in real time. Finally, a special shout-out and happy birthday to Jose, aka Tuesday, who spent his special day with us, sharing all these exciting updates. It's clear that the team is listening, learning, and working tirelessly to evolve Star Atlas. So keep an eye out for upcoming Builder Hours, language-specific brews, and our classic Gallia Game Night. And remember, the future of Holosum is looking incredibly strategic and engaging. We'll definitely need a Part 2 brew as we get closer to Chapter 2. But for now, that's a wrap.